Antonio Conte spoke about Tottenham, Daniel Levy, and his excessive expectations. I wasn't dissatisfied with the performance because it was good. I observed the proper dedication, energy, and desire to score 3 points, win duels, press high, and sprint from the beginning to the end. I find it a little weird that despite dominating the game in the first half, we didn't create any scoring opportunities since we discovered a side that defended deeply with 11 players. We continued in the same manner to begin the second half, but we soon gave up another goal. We haven't been as fortunate in this era in terms of the goals we're giving up. I believe that this goal has transformed the circumstances, the players' emotions, and their level of confidence because they didn't deserve to be down 1-0 for the entirety of the first half despite making a significant effort. After that, we were able to return under different conditions in other games. We didn't do this today. The atmosphere then warms up since you are down 1 goal, and everyone expects you to score goals and win. Then you can make an emotional purchase. The problem is obvious, and I believe you have been aware of it since the beginning of the season. Bryan Gil played well up front for us, but he is a young player, and you need to allow young guys time to develop physically. I like what I've seen of him in the game so far today. Kane, Son, Richarlison, and Kulusevski round out the group. You are in trouble if 2 of these injuries occur, as they did several times this season with Richarlison and Kulusevski. Additionally, Sonny needs to keep getting better, which is challenging in this circumstance. The reason is that, in my opinion, the central defenders, the 2 midfielders, and the wingbacks all had strong performances. After that, we had some trouble because we ran across a squad that was deep in defense. Because you can alter the cards during play, it is simpler if you have a change the game option on the bench. Did the players experience any issues because of that warm environment? Yes, but I do comprehend. I believe that the players may sense a friendly atmosphere at the same time. Undoubtedly, I was playing, and I know what it means when the environment gets warm and impatient. At the same time, we need to be good to get better in every way because good athletes deal with any kind of environment, whether it's favorable or negative, by adapting as best we can. I'll say it again, I wasn't mad at the players today because I believe we gave it our all. Every player. A top 4 finish will be challenging. But when it comes to the club's finances, I keep saying that we pulled off a miracle last season, laughter. Why does it happen? Because we only participated in 1 tournament, played with 12 to 13 players, and had the best players available for every game because, as I said, we only participated in the league. Remember that we finished 20 points behind Manchester City and that Arsenal was 4 points ahead of us with 3 games remaining. We pulled off a miracle, but I was aware of the circumstances. Then, I was quite clear with the club since, at the time and before when they started to contend for the title, I recall how, in the summer, at first, people talked about Tottenham as a contender, but in my opinion, this was a little bit ridiculous to read. You need a strong foundation to develop into a title challenger and a team that is prepared to fight for victory. This entails having 14 or 15 strong players who are also capable of developing other young players. And, then, every season, you can add 2 players, but it will cost you £50 million, £60 million, or £70 million to do so. In this way, you are bringing in key players who raise the caliber and level of your squad, but this is a process, people. It takes time. The perception is that you win when you show up. A squad that has a history of success may encounter this. However, if you are not used to it, you must create this circumstance. As a result, you will require patience and time. I can appreciate the fans' dissatisfaction because they can argue, but we've been patient for a long time, but the reality is this. I can tell you the truth if you want to know it.
Do you think the expectations of the Tottenham fans are too high for this year? I'm not supposed to consider the expectations. Because I am the coach, I am aware of the truth. My daily home is the club. I am aware of the circumstances. I am aware of the club's mission. The club is well aware of my opinions regarding the circumstance. Everything was crystal clear. I keep working to better myself, to help you better the club, to lay a strong foundation, and then to grow. I was transparent with the club at the beginning of the season. I responded, okay, we can compete to win, but strive to continue improving, but in the way that we can do it, because you must also be aware that some clubs can invest £200 million or £300 million, while others have other policies, and I reiterate, you must respect the policy. If the policy is not made extremely clear to everyone, we risk creating an atmosphere where unrealistic expectations are set, which is not a good thing.
I keep doing this from the beginning of the year. I was well versed in. This time was coming, I knew it. Given how rapidly things can change in this league, we must now start fighting hard. Along with talking to my players, since the distance between the beginning and the end of the battle is short, you must pay attention to it. If you are unprepared and lack the humility to fully comprehend the circumstance, you risk falling swiftly. If you're wondering if I'm afraid, the answer is no. I have faith in my work and these players, so please refrain from requesting anything of which I cannot assure you. This is simply done to conjure up fantasies and create illusions, so keep your expectations in check. If you are realistic, you are aware of the circumstances and react appropriately to them. Thanks so much for watching. I'm truly grateful to be able to share value with you. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.